This event is brought to you by Nigerian Mortgage Refinance Company, NMRC.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, standing on all existing protocol, Board of Directors of the AUHF and the NMRC, I am delighted to welcome you to Abuja, our capital city. So welcome to Nigeria. Africa's population is estimated to be in the region of 2.4 billion by 2050. By that time, our cities are already pressed, literally breaking along the seams. The need for affordable housing globally is currently estimated at 400 million units. In a few select countries in Africa, if we look at Kenya, South Africa, Egypt, and Nigeria, the numbers are in the region of 25 million. Today, the chart is that about 96 million of urban households are described as being financially overstretched. From 225 million, 235 million urban households live in accommodation that is described as really substandard. And by 2025, something in the region of 106 million additional low-income households will face the challenge of affordable housing, which is considered will affect something in the region of 1.6 billion people, about of the urban population. We believe the solution lies in taking a comprehensive approach to urban planning and the development of affordable homes. But sustainable new communities will not be built unless we build sustainable communities. There is now a need for us to take an approach that doesn't just look at one-size-fits-all solution. And so, any solution that we have to take needs to be one that would maintain the dignity of the people and the members of the communities that we're looking to house. We need to build homes that are both durable as well as would last a long time. There are many concerns about affordability. There's a serious concern about affordability from the position of the challenges that it poses. On the continent, most of our people, we find, believe that they ought to walk through the doors of their home on the ground floor, and they need the space and the garden space for their children to play. To my mind, affordability does not mean substandard housing. Affordable housing crisis is a complex problem. And so we need to address it from both perspectives, from both the affordability perspective as well as the accessibility perspective. This has been likened to creating a moving escalator where we are able to allow people to get onto the escalator that gives them access to ownership, and they're able to get up the escalator for other people to get on so that they can also access affordable homes. There are many questions that we need to address in the course of the next few days. Such questions as, how can we intervene in the housing market to bring affordability? How can we use technology to bring down the cost of housing to improve affordability? What can we do to support access to affordable housing? What is the role of policymakers, the government, and subsidies in providing solutions to housing crisis? And how do we build vibrant, sustainable communities? That's better. Just turning to our host, the African Union of Housing Finance is a member association that consists of mortgage banks, building societies, housing corporations, and the like, who are working on the mobilization of funds for shelter and housing, with the overarching goal of promoting housing finance on the continent. Currently, AUHF has in the region of 55 members from 17 countries that are listed there. And actually in this conference we have in the region of 23 countries attending. And the Center for Affordable Housing Finance in Africa serves as the secretariat of the AUHF. The AUHF is firmly committed to housing finance in Africa. For us, the co-host, our role is to really provide liquidity to the mortgage sector, and in that sense, be the agents of promoting the home ownership initiative in Nigeria as we raise long-term funding and we make housing more affordable. We have a grand mission and vision. Our vision is to be the dominant housing partner in Nigeria, and our mission is to bring down the barriers that prevent people being able to own their homes as we provide liquidity, affordability, accessibility to housing, and stability to the mortgage market. Our mandate is quite simple: to make home ownership wider and more prevalent. Our role so far has been in leveraging funding, and we've used the funding in providing liquidity to the mortgage market. We're improving affordability going forward as we help reduce the mortgage rate, as we also extend the tenor. We've introduced standardization to the market, and we've introduced new products to the market in terms of our long-term bonds. And we're also still introducing newer products as we begin to look at non-interest sukuk type bonds as a means of funding. When we've done the things that we set out to do, we would truly be able to encourage affordability. Some highlights: uniform underwriting standards serves as the industry standard for origination. New debt instruments provide opportunity for investments. Our refinancing activity is beginning to deepen the mortgage coverage and provide greater liquidity to the secondary mortgage market. We are also looking at creating for the mortgage market a platform that allows all the players to be able to lock in, and it's a technology-driven platform. We're also building an information portal for the mortgage and the housing market generically. For today's conference, we have 6 sessions beginning today over the 3 days. One of the key sessions on the Housing in Africa's Growth Agenda is to look at public-private partnerships, to use it as a way of housing delivery that is affordable. We're also looking at growing Africa's mortgage market, and there's a housing investment marketplace sandwiched in between the 2 days. We'll be looking at in a session that harnesses opportunities on the demand side, where the experience of overcoming housing affordability challenges is being shared. We'll be looking at growing the capacity of the housing microfinance and priming the housing sector to foster greater growth. We'll also, in the last session, be looking at Housing Microfinance Academy, sponsored by Lafarge. As just some concluding remarks, and I borrow from the World Bank, a well-functioning housing market can be a vital economic sector and a potential source of job creation. Countries can expand access to adequate housing and improve the quality of existing stock by addressing constraints for, and I add for emphasis, affordable housing suppliers, and improving access to affordable housing finance. To my mind, the extent of inequality that we find that is caused by the crisis of housing on our continent is too high a price to pay, and we must find solutions to providing access to sustainable, affordable housing. Ourselves as NMRC, we're responding to our vision to be the dominant housing partner as we provide liquidity, make housing financing more accessible, and more affordable to Nigeria. Thank you.
This event is brought to you by Nigeria Mortgage Refinance Company, NMRC.